I'm going to tell you something that no one has ever told you before. No recruiter, no sales manager, no founder. I'm going to tell you something. And look, at the end of the day, I'm here to help you out. And you're not just bad at hiring. You're bad at hiring in such a way that's actually costing you a lot of revenue. And I don't say that lightly. Now, for those that don't know me, my name is Jayce. I'm the founder of Jayce Consulting Recruiting. For the last 4.5 years, placed over 1,000 sales representatives in software, marketing, coaching, manufacturing, service-based business, you name it. We don't just dabble into it, we actually live it. And if you're a founder, you're a sales leader, or a hiring manager, and for whatever the case is, you've been trying to find the right fit for the right seat for the last 2 months, and you haven't been able to find that person, maybe, just maybe, it's not the marketplace, it's not the candidates, it's you. It's your hiring process, and it sucks. Here's what most people don't understand. You're not delaying revenue by hiring slow. No, you don't have to worry about it. You're not delaying it. It's actually worse. You're actually losing it. Remember this. Every open seat that right now you have inside of your organization is costing you more appointments. It's costing you more pipeline. It's costing you follow-ups by not having that person in that seat. I call this the phantom revenue, where you don't see this on a spreadsheet, but it hurts and it's real. We had a founder who lost $250,000 in deal size because their closer was out, and the backup closer that they had ended up ghosting them in week 2. Eventually, they ended up bringing on another closer, and it took that other closer about 6 weeks to get up to speed. Let's keep it real. Hiring isn't an admin task. It's a revenue lever, okay? Once you get that part right, the right person will 3 to 10x your business. And the wrong one will drag you through the mud and ask yourself, why did I hire this person in the first place? Only to go ahead and rehire another person 6 months down the line. So let's start by calling these out. And if any of these right here start sounding a little bit too familiar, then you should know that this is actually starting to hurt you more than it's starting to help you. Number one, if it takes more than 3 interviews to decide if this person is going to be a good fit, then if it takes more than 3 to 4 weeks to actually pull the trigger on them, I'm going to tell you right now that the 8-player talent will be gone within 7 to 10 days. You heard that right. If you do not snatch them between 7 to 10 days, they will be gone, okay? Because right now, it's not about being thorough. It's about being smart. And if you are taking your time and trying to be thorough, you're going to be slow and you're going to be missing out. Number 2 is you have what we like to call a Frankenstein of a job description. And I generally mean it is all over the place, because personally, they're going to come in, they're going to make appointments, they're going to go ahead and manage the accounts, they're going to be closing the deals. They're on top of that going to be making sure they're managing the juniors that are on the organization and closing the enterprise deals. Listen, they just need clarity. If you don't give them clarity, so you're going to be missing out on a lot of talent. And I can't stand when I look at job descriptions and there's absolutely no clarity in exactly what the day-to-day responsibility is going to look like, what is going to be their expectations coming in, what is going to be that on-target earnings that they're going to want to go ahead and hit. If there's no clarity, then they're out. And number 3 is a very, very soft topic for some of us, and it really shouldn't. It's called the compensation plan. You go ahead and say, well, we're going to talk about it later, but then later never comes. And then you're wondering, why did they decide not to go ahead and come to your organization and decide to maybe to go Johnny's down the street who's competing exactly against you? Well, when you decide to push things off, they're going to push you off as well. Number 4, your hiring is a strategy, not a sort of gut feeling, not sort of any sort of vibe check. You are literally creating a hiring scenario strategy that everyone's going to go through based on what whoever is in that position right now is going through. Make it real life. Make them go through micro assessment on the role play. Give them a task to show up to the next assignment. These are 2 perfectly set interviews that you could go ahead and assess how good are they at being coachable and how good are they at being on their toes. And then the third but not least, just having a culture check on that. Very easy. And if you do want to make it a 4th one, you could go ahead and make it a 4th one where you're simply having somebody else interview that person. You're sitting, taking your notes, basically being a good cop, bad cop, and just making sure that this person can crack or don't crack under pressure, and you're able to see them from a different pair of lens. Because sometimes I always say that it's paramount to have someone interview them other than yourself for you to see how they respond to someone else when you're not the one conducting that interview. And number 5, when no one owns the funnel. Think about it for a second. No one's following up with the candidate. No one's coordinated time with them. No one is telling them any updates on the process. That is not hiring, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we call a broken hiring system. And that's not just bad luck. That's just stupidity. If you have that right there, then by all means, you're going to be shooting yourself on both feet. And I promise you, you're going to be missing out on a lot of great talent. Now, they're not all bad. Let me actually tell you what are some of the best companies are doing, the companies that we're working with, what we're seeing that actually works. The first thing that they do is that they start with a scorecard. They outline exactly what they want to talk about. They exactly outline the scores. And by the end of that scorecard, they're asking anywhere between 20 to about 30 questions. They'll have a good gauge on this candidate to see if that person is a C player, B player, or an A player. Number 2 is the process takes 7 to 10 days. That's right. You heard it right. Their process takes 7 to 10 days. That means during that period of time, they're going to have an intro call. It will be about a quick 15 minutes. And they'll have a culture call to make sure that they're checking up all the boxes of what you're looking for in your next team member. Then third, they have a mock call. So on the mock call, you're basically role playing with them, seeing how fast they are on their toes. And last but not least, they have a final call. And on the final call, you'll identify exactly everything and anything that encompasses them and potentially what you may have missed out on. When you cover all that right there, last but not least, all you have to do next is present them an offer. Okay? You're not ghosting them. You're not doing anything else. You're just giving them the offer. And if they got to you that far, do not drag them. Do not wait a week. Do not wait 2 weeks. We know founders, we've spoken to founders that sometimes even take 20 days to create an offer because the first person we showed them was so damn good that they thought, you know what, let me see if I can find someone better. And then they're backstepping because they've realized that nobody else is that good, even though we told them. We tell them these things. However, we always have to remind them that grass is not always greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. And when you find a great talent, you have to grab them and snatch them because if not, somebody else will. Guess what ended up happening? That person ended up going elsewhere because that other business owner saw the potential and value in hiring that person as quickly as possible. Number 3, they sell the role like if they're selling the product. And I can't stress this enough. If you have a job description and it's a very vague job description as they're reading through it, I promise you, they're not going to follow up with you. They're not going to be interested in the opportunity itself. The ones who are crushing it, what they do is that they are clear with their job descriptions. They're clear with their compensation plans. And they're so clear, they'll even have one of their reps talk to them so they could actually show them how much money that they're making. That's what I'm talking about. Look, the companies that we work with, they're hiring within 10 days. They're ramping up within 30 days. And by day 90, they're crushing it. They're not praying for great hires. They built a machine that literally guarantees it. That's what we've installed across all the companies that we work with across the country. And that's how we've been able to place over 1,000 sales representatives in B2B in industries like software, marketing, coaching, and really any service-based business. If you're right now sitting on a pipeline and your rep is still drowning, or worse, you're still taking the sales calls, that's not scaling, that's surviving. And no amount of founder hustle will ever, fix a broken hiring process. So if you're right now watching this and you're probably telling yourself, well, this sounds a lot like me, and maybe it is, but now you know that you can fix this. You're going to audit your funnel, make sure that you have an offer that converts. You're going to get crystal clear on the compensation plan. You're going to create a scorecard, and you're going to own the hiring process like you own your pipeline, okay? And if you want help, that's what we do. We've built systems. We've got talent. Heck, we've done this over 1,000 times, okay? And if you're serious, and I really mean you're serious about building a winning sales team that actually scales, listen, I'm ready to make your next best sales hire the best one yet. I'm Jayce Grayye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and if you are serious, click the link below, fill out the form, and we'll see you on the other side.